So this video is a recap of, I believe it was a winter Become a Fashion Boss in 4-week program at thefashionbossacademy.com. Can't really tell. Yeah, you can tell by the Christmas lights. Los Angeles is so beautiful all year round that you don't even know that it's winter. But yes, this was definitely December, and this is a recap of our field trip. So I decided to give you a little bit of a breakdown of what the 4-week program is and what it consists of, because people ask all the time, but all while recapping our LA Fashion District field trip. And look, there's Chanel, girl's best friend. This is Rodale Drive. I've owned my store, my own clothing store, for about 8 years, and I've pretty much become familiar with LA. Just from my own buying trips and my own sourcing trips, I started coming on my own, and I learned how to navigate the Los Angeles Fashion District to buy from my own store, to secure vendors, and to build relationships, sometimes to get materials if I wanted to do custom pieces. And so that's how I learned the city of LA. And so here we are, and we're getting ready to welcome our students coming from all over the country. So one thing about the Fashion Boss Become a Fashion Boss in 4-week program is it is online based, so you can take it from anywhere. Here we are picking up students on airport runs, and again, you are able to take the 4 weeks of classes from wherever you are, and at the end of the 4 weeks we meet in LA, and you are now a registered business owner, because in the first week, the first module is called Formulating Your Business Entity. We talk about the vital differences between S Corp, C Corp, LLC, how to choose. You get your EIN number, you get your tax ID number, your reseller's permit, and everything you need to start your store. So by the time you take the field trip, you're able to actually buy for your store. That is the first module. There are 4 modules. And so here we are pulling up to our FBA crash pad in the Hollywood Hills. Actually a really cool property. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this, but Leonardo DiCaprio lived next door. How fucking cool is that? That was dope. Hey Lolo from Lafayette. We always want a really dope Airbnb, because at the end of the trip, you're able to take the merchandise that you actually buy at the Fashion District and do a photo shoot, your first photo shoot for your brand or new boutique. And as you can see, these properties make for bomb backgrounds. Oh yeah, there we are. So I entered a shot of just one of our Fashion Boss alumni from the summer 2018 program, as she was doing her first photo shoot for her store. Now, if you are a level 3 student, you not only get the 4 weeks of classes, the business registration, your tax ID number, and the Fashion District field trip, you also get your own custom website and branding. It's all included in the program. So you literally are ready to just jump into sales when you finish. And this is why it's imperative to have a really dope, we always do a really dope Airbnb, villa, mansion, just to have an excellent backdrop for the students as they begin their brand. Hey Lay. Lay is from Newark, New Jersey. She has a brand called A Very Black Activity. Hey Court. That's Courtney from Birmingham. We had a few other students coming in that evening. But yes, we got all checked in and looking over the Hollywood Hills, how gorgeous it always is, even in the rain. We are starving, of course. Most of us are coming from across the country, haven't eaten since early this morning, and I like to get as much of the LA experience in as possible within a few days. So we are going to hit up one of LA's staples, Roscoe's. Everybody loves Roscoe's. Leia, let's go to Roscoe's. Ready, Nora?
Yes. Yes, let's go eat.
Let's go eat.
I'm starving.
You got the Big Mama special. As we wait for a few other students to come into the city. There it is. Classic. It's, you know, a little bit of a guilt trip every time I go here. But gotta indulge sometimes, right? So bomb. So a few of the students wanted to hit up the mall in between time before our private dinner this evening. So we headed to the Beverly Center. Now, real quick, just to explain Module 2, which is week 2 of the program, keep in mind there are 8 online courses, 2 courses each week. And in Module 2, we talk about the beginning of your brand. So you do your prospective market strategy homework. Yes, you do have homework. You actually start the program with homework before you even get started. And we talk about defining your niche and branding for your business, finding your company's voice, building your customer base, defining your niche again, and really zoom in on digital marketing, social media, customer retention strategies via social media, etc. Made it to Beverly, gonna get a little shopping on real quick before dinner tonight. We actually took our second class in Module 3 at the Airbnb. Sometimes we do that just because I want it to be fresh in their minds right before we go take our fashion district trip, because that module is called Become an Expert Buyer. We talk about trend forecasting, how to watch out for them. We talk about everything that makes you an expert buyer, like being objective and, you know, not buying based on your own personal feelings, being strategic. We talk about how to secure your vendors. This is where you get access to the plug, which is over hundreds of vendors that we offer, international as well as domestic. Some people don't know that. Let's talk about different strategies to maximize your profits, how to buy pieces that will maximize your profit. 70, maybe 80. So even if you make a $50 profit per piece, that's still $300 profit versus $600 from the code, right? So always try to gravitate towards the thing that's going to make you the most money. That's why we love vendors and brands that have good quality and low price points, because then everybody's happy. And now it's dinner time. This is probably one of my favorite parts of our LA Fashion District field trip. We love to say it's visiting the Fashion District, but I'm greedy as hell. Look how good that looks. We do a private fashion influencer dinner every fashion field trip. Yeah. And so hold on. Chef Sharon.
Sun-dried tomato, herb chicken, Italian herbs to be precise. We have a broccolini, which I'm going to season up. And we're going to do some shrimp scampi as well. Getting that on the grill. We're going to throw some garlic in there. Get it extra sausage. Some butter, because who does not like butter? We got some garlic toast. A little bit of a Caesar salad.
Ooh, let me see you, Lele. Ooh, girl.
Hey, baby.
Yum. You cute. Dinner's almost ready.
Keep us ambitious, keep us focused, keep us driven, and keep us faithful. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Keep us faithful.
And stuff like that. Ever since I was a kid. So I was working as a server and they opened up a soda store and I bought a camera. And I was like, photographer. And they started watching.
I was like, I'm a photographer.
How long ago was that?
Let me just say that I am beyond thankful, grateful for my friend Mike Boyce, the creative genius, who came and led dinner. He gave us amazing insight into this industry from the angle of photography and just creating amazing content and branding and we know that he is a marketing genius, and he also started his own boutique called Shop Savage Garden. And so he was able to give us so much insight from so many different angles. He's been doing this for a very long time. He's helped to build amazing brands, and I was so thankful to have him. We were also supposed to have fashion designer Asia from TLZ Femme, whom I love, and she wasn't able to make it to dinner this night, but we did catch up with her in the fashion district the next day.
Over there.
Santee, some stuff on Santee, some stuff on 14th Street.
Yeah,
and him
it's
gonna
over.
have to leave. Yeah, y'all gonna have to do your thing, and then me and him gonna have to leave for a little bit. Cause it's not in the same place.
It's not. It's all downtown, but it's like far.
An amazing evening it was, and bright and early the next morning, we are headed to the district. I absolutely love it down here. I mean, it's a creative's dream, and it's so much that you can create from just being down, and the vibes and the energy that you feel. It just really motivates you anyway. But yeah, we're headed to the fashion district, and people always ask, could men do it? And that's what we were just talking about at the table. You absolutely can take the program. We are now starting to offer become a fashion designer. It was a start your own boutique program, and now we are also offering become your own fashion designer. So in the place of becoming an expert buyer, it will be sourcing and solidifying your manufacturers and all of that type of stuff. And that's coming up very soon. But yeah, this is us exploring the fashion district. Students are learning how to buy. We are spotting those trends that we had already forecast prior, a few weeks earlier. We are learning how to buy pieces that are specific to our particular niche and our target market. Solidifying vendor relationships. We are learning about showrooms as well as trade shows, some of the biggest trade shows, and we're actually doing some buying for our stores. This place is a shopaholic's dream. I used to say, you pay to shop, I shop for pay. So imagine, like, now you can shop to make money, not just to look good.
Only things I have a price and stop. What were you watching? That was so funny. From back home. Oh, from back home.
Movie star making some fun joke.
Some fun joke.
Movie stars.
Movie stars.
Indian movie star is making some joke.
Oh, Bollywood.
You know the Bollywood.
Yeah, I know Bollywood.
Recently, the someone from the Hollywood married this Bollywood actress Priyanka.
I think I know who she is. Beautiful girl.
World beautiful. Miss World. She was the one.
So you from India?
I'm from Bangladesh.
Okay, well, my name is India. You like what? You don't believe it. Thank you.
5, 1 5. So it'll be 1 5, 2 6s. So 2 of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First order. Cloud 10 comes for the 2019.
So we usually end our weekend with a beautiful brunch the next morning, and then we are headed